Hi G viewers, can you drive the car with a coolant leak? The answer to this question is, as with all car problems, it depends on numerous factors. We'll be talking about this topic, and hopefully this video will help you make a good judgment. If you notice a coolant leak, should you continue driving or should you park the car and spare yourself from even bigger trouble? So stay tuned.
DespairRepair.com. Be sure to visit us at our website DespairRepair.com, where you can find more useful car and driving tips.
Now, before we start, I would just like to mention one thing, and that is that all of these videos with the topic, can you drive the car with a certain car problem, is a first aid measure, okay? The point of these videos is to help you make a good judgment if you're in an emergency, if you are in dire need of the car and there is no other solution in that moment. How many times have you found yourself in a situation where you see an oil leak, a coolant leak, when you have a rough engine idle and so on, and you ask yourself, should I continue driving or just park the car? I just need the car to get myself to work. I just need the car to drive the kids to school. I have some sort of emergency that I have to solve. There are numerous times that this happens, you know. And thanks to Murphy's Law, in most cases it happens when you're in the biggest of emergencies. So the point of these videos is just to help you make a good judgment and spare yourself from bigger trouble. As you know, the sad truth is, with most car problems, if you continue driving, in certain cases you can cause major damage, and instead of, I don't know, solving a problem that costs 20 bucks, it costs 2,000. The golden rule is, when you notice a car problem, solve it as soon as possible. Don't drive the car, solve the problem, then you are 110% sure that you'll stay out of trouble. Now, first of all, and this is perhaps needless to say, but I would like to mention it, you have to notice that there is a coolant leak, in fact. There are two ways that I would recommend to notice this on time. First of all, always make a casual glance under the car and see if everything is dry, okay? If there's a coolant leak, you will surely see a puddle of coolant, a smaller or bigger puddle, and you will notice it that way. The other way is to make a regular check of the coolant level on your car. If you notice that the coolant level is lower all the time and that you frequently have to add coolant, then you'll know you'll have the problem. And on this part, I would also like to appeal to all drivers to make these regular checks on time, on a regular basis, because this way you will spot serious problems on time and prevent bigger damage. The second and most important thing you should do, and this is the key part of this video, is to make a good assessment of the situation. Making a good assessment will lead you to make a good judgment. How to do this? Well, you've seen that there is, for instance, a puddle of coolant under the car. The next thing you do is pop the hood and make a thorough inspection of the engine bay. If you can, even take off the engine cover so you can see everything. The golden rule, which is obvious, but I must say it nevertheless, is this. If you see that the coolant leak is bigger, so the coolant is literally spraying around, okay, or there is a huge leak, it's like losing a liter every 10 minutes or something like that, you know, I'm making this up. But if you see that, do not drive the car. Park it. There is no driving of the car. It is finished. If you're persistent in driving, the coolant will run out in a matter of minutes, maybe an hour. The engine will overheat and you will face major engine damage. But if you see that the coolant leak is smaller and that there are only small drips, especially if it's under pressure, then perhaps you can continue driving the car, provided you do some of the things we'll show you in the next part of the video. Also, in this next part of the video, we'll focus on the part where there is a minor leak. Because again, if there is a big leak, there is no driving of the car. Now, let's say that the leak is minor and you've made a judgment that you're not going to lose a lot of coolant and that you will drive the car. The first thing you should do is add coolant to the coolant reservoir. Two things that are very important here. First of all, use the same coolant that you have in your car. Do not mix different types of coolant, or else you can cause damage to the coolant system. And when pouring coolant, don't overdo it, okay? You can pour it between the minimum and maximum, which is the right thing to do, but you can also pour a bit over that since you have a coolant loss, so you have enough coolant during that trip. Closely related to this is always have spare coolant in your car until you solve the coolant leak problem. Always have a spare liter, 2 liters, 3 liters, whatever kind of judgment you make on this part. If you don't have coolant, have a liter of distilled water with you. If you don't even have that, have a liter of tap water. The main thing is, if you continue driving, not to be left without coolant. So at this point you saw that the coolant leak isn't big, you've made a judgment that you can drive the car, and after this you've poured enough coolant into the system. The next thing you'll do is to begin driving. When driving, remember this: monitor the temperature gauge at all times. Don't make it a distraction while driving. Of course this is dangerous, but keep your eyes on it all the time. Why is this so important? Well, with coolant leaks, you never know. I'll just mention one case. You have a punctured hose. It may be frail, it may be old, and it may be cracked, and it's just dripping. You never know when it can blow. In a matter of a couple of kilometers, when the pressure builds up, when the heat builds up, the hose can totally rupture, burst, and you'll have coolant all over the place. You'll lose liters of coolant in a matter of minutes, and the engine can overheat. Perhaps only way while driving that you can notice this is by the temperature gauge. While driving, if you see that the needle of the temperature gauge or the value shown on the display is normal, then there are no problems, okay? Continue driving with caution. But if you see that the temperature gauge needle or the value suddenly goes to maximum in a matter of seconds, stop the car as soon as possible. There is a bigger problem and you should not continue driving. Finally, make regular stops to check on the leak and to check on the coolant level. Especially have this in mind if you're going on a longer trip, I don't know, a couple of 100 kilometers perhaps, or if you're gonna drive the car for a prolonged period of time. You must find the time to do this. If you're driving every a couple of, I don't know, 50 kilometers, depending on how severe the leak is, pull over to a parking lot, to a gas station, to the safe lane on the highway, and see what's going on under the hood. If you see that the coolant loss is becoming worse, and if you see that the leak is becoming worse, that's not good, but at least you know what you're up against. You can stop driving, call a tow service, and you'll save the engine. The worst thing you can do is to disregard this. Have this in mind and make these checks all the time while you're driving. So dear viewers, that would be the whole sort of drill that you should do, at least in our opinion, when you're driving with a coolant leak. Once more, I must mention, drive as less as possible and solve the problem as soon as possible. Don't drive the car with a leak for months on end. If you have to, be very careful, pay attention to the temperature gauge, pay attention to the coolant level, and pay attention above all to the leak. The most important part of this video is, again, to make a good assessment. I am regurgitating the same thing again, but it is very important. Making a good assessment means the difference between you safely driving the car until you fix it and destroying the engine and having big trouble repairing it, big cost and everything else. Very important. Also, making regular checkups on time is an immensely good thing. There is, I think, not a task on the car that is more simple to do, but that gives you more information about big trouble. So check the engine oil on a regular basis, the coolant level, the brake fluid, and all the other fluids around your car. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Please like and subscribe. It's a huge help for what we're doing. If you find the time, watch our other videos about cars, car-related topics, driving, car maintenance, and other things that may help you around your car. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your time.